Hi guys, welcome. Yeah, new collection video because we've been collecting some records due to Record Store Day, maybe due to just shit getting in. Tape delay is in the works, that will be filmed next. It's all prepped there, so for the people into that cheers category, it's coming. Let's play some music. So yeah, we are playing Institute at the Nightlight Oakland's August 6th, 2015 tape on Sacred Bones. I'm studying up on Institute a bit because they're playing next week, I think, in Antwerp. Hosted by The City is Dead, of course, the premier booking, underground booking in Antwerp. Now let's dig in. Record Store Day. I'm always away. I'm always at Roadburn, and Roadburn kind of celebrates it by letting independent labels do their thing, like Sun Lord maybe. They had the new Sun, which I picked up there. There was kind of a weird thing because I showed the Sun, the black version, but I kind of forgot that I also ordered it at my local record store. My list for Record Store Day was Lost in Translation soundtrack, Sono, Live Metal, whatever. Dead Grips, Steroids, the 12-inch EP, Currency, Freddie Gibbs and Alchemy with Fatty, Culture Abuse, Dip, I think that was a 3-inch single, not sure. Julian Baker, Red Door, Conversation Piece, 7-inch, and then the Ghost World soundtrack. Of course, not everything came. The Dead Grips was, and the Currency, Fatty records, those were impossible, it seems, to get in Europe. Or at least for my guy. So yeah, I have two versions of the Live Metal by Sun. This is the just standard edition of 4000 on black. Very good, heavy gatefold. I think it's just the same as the other one, except it says 4000 instead of thousands. This is still sealed, and look at that price. Now this is not my guy. Well, he has to earn a bit of money, but $49.95 for a double record. So last time I ordered Sun through that way because I think at Roadburn it was 25 or maybe 30 for the other one. But yeah, they kind of get marked up anyway because of Record Store Day. Why not mark them up way high? But yeah, that's not cool. So he had coming in 3 of my ordered records. Like I said, Freddie Gibbs was a no-go, and some of the other stuff. What came in was the Lost in Translation soundtrack, co-produced by Kevin Shields and Brian Reitzel. Includes tracks by Jesus and Mary Chain, Dead and Vegas, and Phoenix. Left the price sticker also on here, $26.50. So when you order Record Store Day, for those who don't know, you order blind from the list. When it comes in, you see how much they cost. I should have known better, but you know, these tend to go up in price because the original or the previous pressings of this records are off the chain price-wise on Discogs and on the internet. So yeah, I had 2 soundtracks coming in, this one and the next one, both bookended by Miss Scarlett Johansson. Perfect cover for this record, beautiful movie by Sophie Coppola, and a great soundtrack, of course. The price can go now because I don't want to be reminded all the time. Now, this was mercifully repressed on vinyl after a long while, and after prices went through the roof for this one. This is the, I'm not sure how much, it's just a 140, I think. Pink, clear, kind of smoky. They call it violet colors, yeah, whatever, it's pink. You can call it what you want, it's still pink. But yeah, it's nice to have this one. Not really too fancy, just a standard. Kevin Shields, who else is on here? Dead in Vegas, Square Pusher, Phoenix, Happy Ends, Bloody Valentine, Air, of course. Yeah, so cool soundtrack. Bill Murray, Scarlett Johansson. So yeah, it's cool to have. Too bad it was kind of pricey. Then what was also a bit pricey, but nonetheless very cool to have, because I think this was the first time this came out on vinyl. I'm not really sure, but this is the Ghost World original motion picture soundtrack, Enid and Rebecca. Ghost World is an adaptation, the movie is an adaptation of a Daniel Close graphic novel that is, yeah, top notch, maybe one of the best teen angst coming up in life, growing up. Yeah, two friends drifting apart after high school. But yeah, here are some drawings. Steve Buscemi. I always forget her name. Enid. Tora Birch. Not sure. Yeah, Tora Birch. So yeah, this is on Shanachi and Cinema Paradiso Records. Here is a bit of the inlay for Ghost World. The film is by Terry Zwigoff, yes. It says here June 2001, and we actually saw this movie at a small popcorn stinky movie theater in New York in 2001. I think it must have been 2001 when it came out. I always confuse my 2008 trip and my 2001 trip, but this must have been 2001, just before the 9/11 or just after the 9/11. I think just before, because we couldn't get into the city after. This is on a beautiful clear blue double LP, and it ranges in music from yeah, Indian dance music to, there's a lot of old blues on here. John Penachanho, that's a great track. Devil Got My Woman from Skip James. That Blues Hammer with Pick and Cotton Blues, that's only a cool track if you've seen the movie. But check the movie because it's really good. Check all of his movies, that Art School Confidential and yeah, all those movies. But yeah, it's kind of stupid or sad in a way that there are no skits on here, because the guy with the long hair, I don't know what his name is, that fights with nunchucks before the convenience store is a classic scene in my book. So yeah, Ghost World, in love with the film, in love with the soundtrack, and in love with the actual book. Let's see, I'm going to divide this video in two because it's quite a lot. I got this one from my friend Han. Talked about a bit on him. This is Real Retro Classics, a 12-inch EP series they did, and as you can see here, it's EP12, which collects full-length versions inside classic cuts. So it has Rotterdam, Termination with Boing, Oily Noise, Nightmare. There's 5 tracks on here, and I bet you've never heard of the titles, but if you hear the tracks, if you're into retro house or trance or whatever, you will definitely know these tracks. And considering it has a 33 sticker on here, it has to be a DJ copy or something like that. So yeah, classic retro tracks. And then a Roadburn. An order I did after Roadburn, or just before Roadburn, I think, was the Bliss Signal. Does it have a title? A Slow Scan, I think that's a title already of a track. It's just the self-titled Bliss Signal. This is the guy from Ultra of Plagues, and what else? I don't know if he has another project, but yeah, this is some... yeah, Wife is also him, and this is the overlap between Wife and Ultra of Plagues, maybe a bit in that category. It is guitar layers over blistering synth and noise and whatever you want. When he performs, because I missed him at Roadburn because I had to be somewhere, when he performs he has these strobos going crazy all over it's just line, and it's like, yeah, it's crazy. It came Seamsplits, which is a bummer. It seems people still don't know how to pack records, but yeah, we all had that. And I'm kind of tired of sending them back or whatever. It is just a sleeve. But yeah, cool record nonetheless. I think I raved about it a bit in the Roadburn prep video I did with the guys, the Wolven podcast. But yeah, it's actually a cool record and a cool project, and I think in the live setting it's a bit more elevated, because you need that visual aspect. Then, speaking about Seamsplits, this is Nostalgia Ultra from Frank Ocean. I finally pulled the trigger. I once saw this in the wilds at Music Mania in Ghent, a cool little record store, which is little in size but grand in grandeur, or big in grandeur. This is the, as you can see here, limited edition shit bootleg, but it's the only version of this record. Well, there are multiple color versions of this record, but there's never been an official release. Why? Is because Def Jam signed Frank Ocean early in his career and then put him on ice. There was nothing happening, so he made something happen, and he just made this record on his own dime. There are a lot of samples in here from, it ranges from Rolling Stone to Old Soul, so it's kind of hard to clear maybe the samples that are going on there. There are just tracks like Strawberry Swing's Beatles reworked into a beautiful song. This is maybe not his best, but this is how I got to know him, and like Strawberry Swing, Novocaine. I mean, if I'm going to name my favorite track, I would just name them all, because this is actually a very good record. Like I said, shitty bootleg. It is pixelated, distorted on the front, which is kind of a shame. The back is a clearer picture, but it's not official. I don't know. I'm not sure. But yeah, really good records. If you can find this one. I bought it at HHV, and I don't want to make this into a commercial for them, because they fucking, well, they don't suck, but once again, they don't know how to package records. Look at this. The entire sleeve is just one seam split on the top. So yeah, I called them. They rectified the situation, not by sending me a new sleeve, but just giving me my money back. So yeah, 3 records. The center label is also ripped. So yeah, whatever. I'm already over it. This is the orange, yellow, marble, whatever you want to call it, wavy edition of this one. And yeah, like I said, it is, in the last years, Frank Ocean has become one of my favorite artists throughout any genre. So all his records, Blonde, Endless, which are 2 records I definitely want the official record for, but prizes, you know. So yeah, if you have them laying around and you hate Frank Ocean all of a sudden, just, you know, send them to me. There you go. Last thing I want to say about this one is there's a podcast called Dissect, which has been out for a while, because they are doing long, drawn out, not reviews, but yeah, dissections of songs, considering or involving artists like Kanye West, like Frank Ocean, like Lauryn Hill. I think there was another one. Now they're doing Tyler the Creator, so it's more in the hip hop category, but yeah, you learn a lot. If you're into these records, like the Kanye West, Dark, Twisted Fantasy, whatever it's called, and Blonde by Frank Ocean, they did Kendrick Lamar, I think, too, so check that out, Dissect, which is an excellent podcast. Then, let's do 2 more, and then delve into, or 1 more maybe, and then cut and do a black metal update. This is Als Bach. I'm not sure if the record has a title. It's also just self-titled. These guys are local to my neighborhood. Wimmeke is a guy we know, or Wim, I'm not sure if he wants me to call him Wimmeke, but he is Wimmeke. He is the drummer for this band. This is the singer for this band after he fell flat on his face after a biking accident or a skating accident, I'm not sure. That created the cover. Kind of a, it's not thrash metal, but influenced by thrash metal, punk. Played really well, actually. I haven't delved into the record too much because time, too much records, too much listening to do. But I saw them live when they played the Cocaine Bliss release show in Hasselt, and yeah, they convinced me enough to get the record. They convinced me by having been in the band as a drummer. So yeah. It actually comes with a bunch of goodies. Here's the drummer. Desperation Wim. Here are the lyrics. This is self-released, so that's extra cool. I think this is either a tattoo or a sticker. I'm not sure. It also comes with this Snodgrass CD or CDR, their previous band that they had some laying around that they put in. And then the record is actually a nice pressing, once again, 140 I think, but all handstand. So it says Als on one side and Bach on the other side. So yeah, cool little release from a local band, which I, you know, try to support as much as possible if it's worth the shit. Yeah, I don't know all the guys in the band, but I love the one guy, so yeah. Talk to the singer a bit, cool guy too. Als Bach, check them out. They're not playing your town. Let's do a few more because I have to divide this somehow. My friend Jens is selling some of his record collection. I'll ask him if he wants to share the list with me, or I can share the list with you. Not sure how we're going to do that, but I picked up 3 records. 1 modern kind of classic and 2 classics. This is Full of Hell, Merc.J. Full of Hell is the hardcore band turns powerhouse, noise, grind, hardcore, metal, whatever you want to call it. They have a new record coming out with some the artwork by, I think this is Merc.J too, but I'm not sure. The new artwork, the images Merc.J created for that one is just out of this world. I love them so much. It's kind of cult, kind of sect. Some of the images, you have to see it. I mean, definitely want Prince or some kind. The one with the big statue with all the priests kneeling or whatever. It's incredible. Now this is Full of Hell Merc.J. So it says here, shows the prolific young band collaborating with the master himself, Masami Akita. There you go. This is on A389 and yeah. When those two come to the forefront, I think noise is the main ticket. Beautiful sleeve, really nicely done. This is a late release for A389, which is a now defunct or restarted label, I'm not sure. But yeah, it was too good not to pick up. This is the, there you go, this is the, yeah, kind of, I don't know, it's kind of inspired by, oh my god, Unknown Pleasures, Joy Division, kind of inspired artwork there. It has a sister record which is called Sister Form for convenience, so yeah, trying to dig into this record, but it has to be at the right time because else it would just be noise and I won't be getting into it. 2 more, but worth the wait for death metal fans. I don't show too much death metal, but when the opportunity comes or when the opportunity knocks, it's getting funny. Yeah, we do some death metal, literally. So this is Scream Bloody Gore and then Spiritual Healing by Death. These are not not original pressings. These are the Combat reissues, I think, or the, no, it's not the Combat, it's the Flag Relativity Records pressings under one flag. Let's do this one first. So yeah, just classic records, and I'm not willing to pay the prices of really original pressings. These are more than good enough. Same goes for the Metallicas I have. It says here, and Dimitri saw this yesterday, rot in the abysmal fires anyone that supports the demise of vinyl. There you go. Chuck said it. So yeah, everybody knows Death. It is the band that kind of started, not kind of, just started death metal under one flag. Center labels, cool little logo which has been bootlegged and used to death. Relapse did the represses or the re-releases for these, but I never jumped on them because there were just too many color schemes to make a decision, I think, and I never got around to it. So yeah, really glad I waited out for these originals, or kind of originals. Under one flag, really cool cover. And then this has the original inserts. This album is Don Case Folly, it says. I'm not sure what that means. I'll have to dig in some more. And this is also the under one flag issue of this one. So yeah, Jens, cool. He gave me a good price. Still have to pay him. Sorry boy, it's coming. So yeah, that is really nice. Like I said, if there is interest, there's like Mr. Ming stuff on there. There's a lot of stuff on there. Mostly selling mostly metal. So yeah, if you are into that stuff, drop me a line. I will fix you the list. Yeah, that's it. This was the Record Store Day-ish updates. Like every year, I just do some essentials for the collection, not more, not less. Trying not to buy too much clutter lately, but yeah, spinning. I'm going to cut here and then do the black metal portion, so it will be, I don't know, not montaged after this, but it will be showing up. Guys, peace.